talk about some basic ideas of moving with our punches. Now, before you think about moving with punches though, it's a big thing, because I used to run into like this one coach who would always be teaching people to step forward with every single punch they had and to move with every single punch they had. But my thing is, a shorter fighter, as someone who's more of a power puncher, things like that, if I got you here on the ropes or in a corner, I don't want to step in more with my punches. I got you where I want you. I'm here. If I step in more with my punches, what's going to happen? I get too close. I smother. Then you tie me up or whatever. I don't want to smother my range. I don't want to smother all my work I did to get you there if for no reason, while I'm trying to get off on you, while I'm trying to get my shots going, right? So I'm trying to get my shots going, and as I'm getting my shots going, I'm getting too close. I'm not getting my maximal leverage on my punches and things like that. So be able to have somebody here. Remember, when you're shadow boxing in the ring, things like that, remember, that doesn't mean you're here. If there's a human body right here, they couldn't fit here. If there's a human body, think about my human body's here, my lead foot's right here. Therefore, you're gonna be about that far away from your opponent if you're kind of in close on the ropes. But be able to throw your punches hard and on balance while staying in that one spot in your perfect range. But also, just to give you the other nuances, be able to come out to the guy, right? So be able to step in with your punches as you throw them. Be able to step in with a hook and things of that nature. Step in with the right hand as you shoot it. Be able to step back with it. You shoot a shot where someone's coming at you, one of the greatest things you can do is bop, 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 throw. Just turn off like that. Throw as you're punching, because man, it's difficult to fight a mover, but a mover that's punching you as they're moving, that's difficult, all right? But the same thing goes opposite too. It's difficult to fight an aggressive guy, but an aggressive guy that can hit you as you're trying to move back is also beneficial to them and bad for you. Tough time. All right, but of course, remember, the jab, using that jab is going to be the least committed punch to do this, right? So if I'm here and I want to, we're a little bit out, but he's close to that corner, I'm getting him close to that corner, I'm here, like that, I do my work, get him where I want him, right? Be able to move with your punches. Be able to move with your punches and cut them off, right? So be able to boom, 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 get them there. Be able to go the other way. Be able to move the right foot with the left hand. Be able to move the left foot with the right hand. There's a lot of benefits to it. Can't go into all the nuances, but that's those tips. All right, guys, let's talk about cutting off a little bit in the ring. Now, obviously, if I'm in a situation like this where a guy is right here, I don't necessarily want to worry too much about steering myself this way to try to even cut him off, because he's got a lot more real estate that way, all right? So I want to make sure that I stay with him, right? I'm not just going to like go over here and give him all this way out, but he knows the corner's here, or if he's smart, he knows the corner's here. So therefore, I'm just going to be a little bit over here, just very slightly. So he's right here in front of me, like where you are. And if I'm cutting him off, I'm just going to lean a little bit more on this side, just to encourage this to happen, and then I get him in that corner. But make sure when you get him in the corner that you don't slightly go on this side, unless you want him to go that way because you want to try to run into something. But honestly, I think that's too dangerous, or it's too much trouble. It can work. It's a strategy. It's cool. Make it work, great. If you do that, I recommend probably going for the body, because if they're a smart boxer, when they exit that way, they're not going to exit like that. They're going to exit like that, going on. Go for the body, so at least you got something to stop them, all right? But if I got my guy right here, and I've done all my work to cut him off, right? Again, cutting off is just mirroring. Think about mirroring. He goes to his left, I go to my right a little bit. He goes to his right, I go to my left. And I'm actually getting slightly closer as I do so with small steps. That's the key with the small steps, guys. If I'm trying to cut off someone with big steps, I ain't going to stay with them, right? Think about any sport where you do movement and you try to stay with somebody, like basketball or football. You do big leap, someone goes right around you, right? So those small steps, and it's not a lot of energy. It's those little steps, creeping in until you're ready to explode like a panther. That's one thing Joe Louis was so good at. He's able to just do those little creep, and that whole time the guy's pressure. He's waiting for you to explode. Creep, and then you do what you want to do, all right? But remember, so often we'll get someone in the corner here, and I recommend move the head, things like that, but don't be too quick to be like, man, I'm gonna cut an angle over here, right? Because then they got a path out. Or you're here, I'm gonna cut an angle over here. Now they got a path out. If you're a short guy, let's keep them there. Do your work, do what you do, smother down. Now he doesn't have anything. Do your work, do what you do, step out enough that he has to now step to you to get you, but you're right there still. Does that make sense? And you can move the head as you step out, to be defensive as you step out, but be right there still so he's still stuck there. Make him frustrated. Make him feel desperate in this corner. Make him feel like he can't get out of there because you don't want him to get out of there. Keep that guy there, all right? That's some basic ideas of cutting off.